Welcome to this recording of the IT Automation Fundamentals Seller Deck for Level 1. These slides and the accompanying speaker notes in the presentation will support you as you deliver the IT Automation Fundamentals Client Deck. It's important to know that this deck is not meant to be client-facing. You should use this deck as supplemental enablement as you go out and deliver the client deck to your clients. Before you proceed with the seller presentation, whether you're looking at it as the deck or listening to this recording, it's important that you review the client presentation. If you have the deck in front of you, there are two places you can find a link to the client deck. First one is in the slide itself, where you click here to download the client presentation, and also in the speaker notes. There's a link in the speaker notes as well. It's important to know that the client presentation provides further details on the public-facing content, deeper insights on how to interact with your client, and the enterprise impact of IBM's IT automation solutions. The goal of this presentation is to provide you a deeper dive and some deeper context to the client presentation that you viewed earlier. So here's the agenda. First, we'll start off with a little bit more detail on FinOps. So we'll get into some more details on the FinOps framework. Next, we will get into a discussion about Technology Business Management, or TBM. The IT Automation Positioning section is essentially a repeat from the client deck, but we put it in there to provide some context for the rest of this presentation. So as you're going through the presentation, you might want to go over that briefly. The important part of this particular agenda are the IT automation product deeper dives. And we provide for each product in the IT automation stack a set of slides on each one. So for most of the products, there are 2 to 4 slides that go into a deeper discussion about the product itself. And then at the end of that section, there is a prospecting guide for that particular product with some very detailed information. The Intelligent Automation Use Cases section provides more information on the use cases that you saw in the client deck. And then finally, we finish up with some contacts and resources for you. This section provides you an overview of the FinOps framework with some specific details on personas, principles, and domains. When an organization implements FinOps, it requires many stakeholders, or what we call personas, to work collaboratively with the FinOps team. There are 2 different types of personas. There's core personas and allied personas. The core personas are shown here. So the core personas are those that will always be involved in the practice of FinOps. The core personas provide the organizational disciplines to successfully use cloud effectively. Each persona plays a role in the organization as well as in the practice of FinOps. Each persona has different perspectives, challenges, metrics, and outcomes that they seek that might be slightly different from other personas. That's why a mix of personas is great for FinOps. The allied personas, which are not shown here, are the stakeholders with whom the core personas may coordinate or collaborate with when practicing FinOps. The principles that are shown here should act as a set of guiding activities for any FinOps practice, and they're presented in no particular order. So let's talk about these. So first of all, teams need to collaborate. Finance, technology, product, and business teams should work together in near real time, as the cloud does operate on a per resource per second basis. Teams work together to continuously improve efficiency and innovation. Decisions are driven by the business value of the cloud. You should think of the cloud as a driver of innovation. Organizations make conscious trade-off decisions among cost, quality, and speed. Third principle is that everyone takes ownership of their cloud usage. Accountability of usage and cost chargebacks are pushed to the edge to who is responsible for them, with engineers taking ownership of costs for architecture design to ongoing operations. Individual feature and product teams are empowered to manage their usage of the cloud against their budget. The fourth principle is that FinOps data should be accessible and timely. Teams should be able to process and share cost data when it becomes available. Real-time visibility autonomously drives better cloud utilization. Fast feedback loops result in more efficient behavior. The fifth principle is that a centralized team drives FinOps. A central team encourages and enables best practices in a shared accountability model, much like security, which has a central team, yet everyone remains responsible for their portion. And finally, you should take advantage of the variable cost model of the cloud. The cost model of the cloud should be viewed as an opportunity to deliver more value, not as risk. Embrace just-in-time prediction, planning, and purchasing of capacity. Agile, iterative planning is preferred over static, long-term plans. And you should embrace proactive system design with continuous adjustments and cloud optimization over the normally infrequent reactive cleanups. The domains shown here describe the fundamental business outcomes that clients should achieve from their FinOps practice. The first domain is to understand cloud usage and cost, and the outcome of this domain is a better understanding of an organization's use of the cloud. Within this domain, organizations work to gather all the information that is needed to implement FinOps. This information includes direct and imputed cloud cost, cloud usage, observability, utilization, and sustainability data, and any other data sets that are required by any other FinOps domain. The second domain is to quantify business value, and organizations develop capabilities in this domain to connect the usage and cost data with the business value it creates, helping to ensure that value is apparent and within expectations. Within this domain, organizations map monetary and non-monetary cloud costs to budgets. They use historical information and plans to forecast. They establish and measure technical and organizational KPIs, and they perform benchmarking across teams, business units, and with other organizations. The third domain is optimize cloud usage and cost. This domain focuses on cloud efficiency, ensuring that organizations use the resources only when they provide value to the organization. More so, those resources used are purchased at the lowest acceptable cost and impact to meet the organization's goals. And the final domain is to manage the FinOps practice. This domain enables continuous improvement to change and align the entire organization, from its people to its processes to its technology, to adopt FinOps and use the cloud in ways that create value for the company. Capabilities in this domain are centered on effective FinOps operation, enablement of the whole organization, improved interaction with all other personas that we talked about earlier, and business functions to support and represent cloud usage more effectively. This section will give you an overview of the Technology Business Management, or TBM, discipline. Regardless of the technology stack, delivery, or deployment model, clients face continued and growing challenges around technology planning and spend. At the center of this challenge is the same set of core financial management challenges: visibility, planning, billing, optimization, and benchmarking. If you think about it, different areas of the business have systems that help them take care of their business. Finance teams use ERP systems. HR teams have HCM systems. Sales utilize CRM, or customer relationship management software. And marketing might use an RPM technology. But technology executives need a system or a discipline that operates at the heart of what they do. And for this, we have Technology Business Management, or TBM. So at its core, TBM is a way to get visibility for planning, budgeting, billing, and benchmarking of technology investments. TBM was introduced well over a decade ago, and today it is more important for organizations to adopt it as the world is changing quickly. TBM is a discipline that helps organize this complexity. How can we define what is technology business management? Well, TBM is a discipline that improves business outcomes by giving organizations a consistent way to translate technology investments to business value by helping them define the tools, processes, data, and the people that are needed to manage the business of technology. Based on a standard taxonomy that can be used by technology, finance, and business leaders, TBM enables organizations to react quickly to changing market dynamics, make data-driven decisions, and align organizations around a common business objective. At its heart, TBM is a discipline, which means it is a practice that is adopted by organizations to leverage decision-making tools, including a framework and taxonomy for organizing technology investment information. TBM addresses the challenges that are faced by technology executives with capabilities across each of the problem space domains of the core financial management, cloud-specific financial management, and digital investments. TBM unites these domains with a core set of analytics, insights, and planning capabilities. TBM is a proven discipline that has consistently delivered outcomes to organizations by focusing on those core capabilities. With the adoption of TBM, organizations can deliver both immediate and strategic impact to their organizations. Immediate cost savings range from budget optimization to faster adoption of the cloud to the delivery of new products at scale. The landscape provides a mental map to how technology business management can be used to translate technology investments to business value. However, the complexity of technology spending makes the actual mapping extremely difficult to do manually. So in 2014, the TBM Council standardized on a TBM taxonomy to help take the guesswork out of the mapping exercise. The taxonomy is a standard way to translate individual costs that may come from a finance team's general ledger into standardized categories of spend in the form of cost pools. Cost pools are then mapped to towers and then solutions, and then there's additional mapping at even lower levels. This section dives into how sellers should position IT automation. As I mentioned earlier, these slides were presented in the client deck. I'll go over these briefly, but if you want more details on each one of these slides, please refer to the client deck. IBM's overall strategy in IT automation is to help our clients get maximum value from their IT spend. This strategy is executed while ensuring the ongoing performance, resilience, and uptime of our clients' IT systems and the supply chain that supports those applications, all at the lowest possible cost. The integrations and technologies are broadly categorized as IT performance management and IT business management. We'll take a look at each one of these in the next section. IBM has developed the most complete set of IT automation and AIOps management tools in the industry. These tools operate on our clients' entire hybrid estate and control their IT components. IBM's approach places application uptime and performance at the center of the focus, driving lifecycle automation with AI for all tasks that are needed to provision and manage IT systems. Our approach is driven by providing solutions across the 5 pillars that are shown here on the slide. Those are application visibility and insights, enterprise observability, automated operations, cost management, and incident management. For our clients, IT performance management is all about making sure that applications and the application infrastructure are running and available for their customers. IBM has solutions in the following areas. IBM Concert is our offering that helps simplify and optimize application management and technology operations with generative AI-driven insights. It provides a 360-degree view of client applications and manages risk and compliance. Instana is our offering for application observability. Sev1 is our offering for network observability. Turbonomic is our ARM offering, or Application Resource Management offering. And finally, our AIOps platform is our Cloud Pak for AIOps. Technology is fundamentally difficult to manage from a financial point of view. Unlike hard assets such as buildings and manufactured goods, technology is spread out across multiple vendors, on-premises, and in the cloud. Technology can exist one minute and not exist the next, especially with things like containers and cloud instances. The financial tools that are designed for traditional assets just can't keep up. So IBM has solutions that help fill this gap, and these align with this notion of IT business management. The solutions are Apptio Cloudability in the FinOps space, Apptio Costing and Planning in the Technology Business Management or TBM space, Apptio Target Process in the EAP or Enterprise Agile Planning space, and finally, we have integrations with Flexera. In this section, we'll take a closer look at IBM Concert's capabilities in a bit more detail. At the end of that section, there's a prospecting guide that discusses client roles, challenges, and prospecting questions are also included here. IBM Concert delivers generative AI insights that put clients in control, helping them simplify and optimize their operations across any environment. Concert leverages watsonx.ai for real-time data and dependency mapping and automate tasks to significantly reduce technology costs, risks, and compliance burdens. With IBM Concert, the client is in the driver's seat. Clients can ask questions to generate insightful analysis, visualizations, and recommendations that turn into actions quickly. It helps clients discover gaps, prioritize insights, and instrument changes to make their businesses more resilient, cost-effective, and better performing. Concert provides AI-driven insights that help you simplify and optimize application management and technology operations in the following 3 ways. Number 1, it works with any existing application, tool, or environment. Secondly, it eliminates data silos and saves time and effort by using AI to turn application data into knowledge. And finally, it provides prioritized recommendations based on application impacts. What can our clients do with IBM Concerts? Well, they can do several things. First of all, they can discover, based on the pliable integration, IBM Concert automatically discovers relevant data about an application's operations, ensuring it understands the client's ecosystem from the outset. This foundational step lays the groundwork for IBM Concert to provide accurate and actionable insights. It allows our clients to understand. By using the power of generative AI, IBM Concert goes beyond surface-level analysis to gain a deep understanding of a client's application architecture. It can help our clients recommend. By being based on the comprehensive understanding of a client's application landscape, IBM Concert generates operational and strategic suggestions to enhance their application's performance and resilience. And converse. One of the most powerful features of IBM Concert is its ability to engage in natural language interaction. Using conversational interfaces, clients can ask questions about Concert's conclusion, seek clarification on its natural language processing recommendations, or gain a deeper understanding of the potential impact on an application. This intuitive interface enhances collaboration and enables stakeholders at all levels to use the insights of IBM Concert effectively. The use cases or practical applications of the risk lens of IBM Concert are as follows. There are three of them. First one is application vulnerability. The second one is application compliance management. And the third one is application certificate management. There are plenty of details on the slide and in the speaker note for you to learn more about the risk lens of IBM Concert. This one-page IBM Concert prospecting guide can help a seller while prospecting an IBM Concert opportunity, and it covers who to sell and why, different challenges that our clients are encountering, the product's capabilities, several example use cases, and a set of prospecting questions to use with your clients. In this section, we'll take a little deeper look at Instana's capabilities. And there's also a prospecting guide slide at the end that discusses client roles, challenges, and prospecting questions, and a few more issues as well. The Instana platform lets clients accelerate their delivery pipelines. The platform immediately lets clients know the impact of any code change while helping to determine the root cause, including all contributing factors. So let's take a look at some of the features and functions of the platform. Instana uses a single agent per host to automatically and continuously discover all components and deploy sensors to monitor each technology. This configuration requires nothing. There's no configuration necessary. For each sensor, there's a curated knowledge base of health signatures that are evaluated continuously against the incoming metrics and are used to raise issues or incidents depending on the user impact. The platform also provides performance dashboards based on golden signals. Instana automatically begins monitoring applications and infrastructure components as they are discovered. This is done with no human intervention. Sensors automatically collect configurations, changes, metrics, and events. Metrics are gathered in high fidelity with sub 1 second metric granularity, and every request is traced automatically, thus capturing the response time and the context with no sampling or partial traces. The platform uses stream processing to analyze incoming data in real time, thus uncovering anomalies and service issues to create incidents nearly instantaneously. And Instana automatically detects changes, issues, and incidents to help clients detect, understand, and investigate the root cause of every single service impact. So what's the value proposition of Instana? So companies are transforming to modern software development, such as microservices, cloud natives, CI/CD, DevOps, and so forth. They're finding that their legacy application performance monitoring solutions are not adequate enough to handle the new complexities of these software development environments. Why Instana and why now? So the platform can automatically ingest observability metrics, traces, and events, and contextualize all the application, service, and infrastructure interdependencies so our clients can immediately take intelligent action on any issues. This prospecting guide slide does a nice job of summarizing some key points that you as a seller need to know who to talk to and why, different target markets, capabilities of the Instana solution, use cases, and a list of prospecting questions. In this section, we'll take a look at SEB1's capabilities in a bit more detail. And again, there's a prospecting guide slide at the end that discusses different client roles, challenges, and prospecting questions for you. Think of this slide as a framework for helping you tell a what if you could story, which is just another way of describing the features and the value of SEB1 NPM. So what if clients could have network observability with application context? What would that look like? First, they would need to have confidence that they can get all the network performance data that they need. This data includes metrics from over 250 different vendors across different hybrid infrastructures, plus flow data for application context, and the ability to scale and collect billions of data points daily. But many network performance management systems that are out on the market today limit how much data a client can collect. So if a client's needs call for collecting network data from highly distributed gear, there is no need to place scale limits on how often and how much performance data they can collect from their devices. But data collection is just the start. Data collection is absolutely useless unless clients can act quickly on their data. Progressive organizations are leaning into machine learning-based analytics, and these analytics automatically know what is normal and what is not. So an alert can be sent when something is not normal based on flexible alert policies with standard deviation analysis. Clients also want to learn from their performance data to help understand the future with dynamic capacity and trend analysis for resource planning. Once a client has a system that collects and notifies them when it matters, it's time to start thinking about how their teams can use that data by using advanced visualizations and workflows. Everyone needs a starting point. SEV1 offers dozens of day one dashboards and troubleshooting workflows so that our clients can easily and quickly pivot between metric and flow data. If they use a third-party tool like Splunk or Elk for their logs, they can visually integrate log data and build dashboards and workflows between their metric, flow, and log data. And finally, clients can use the day one automation workflow templates to turn insights into actions. They can automate tasks and processes through drag and drop low-code building blocks with thousands of out-of-the-box building blocks to get them started. Here you can see where SEV1 reinforces its support for networks of today and tomorrow. So you can use this slide to ask your prospective clients, what tools do you use today? Where do they fall on the spectrum? Do you have to constantly switch between tools? And if you do that constant switching, how does that affect your productivity? So use this slide as a starter to find out where your clients are in their journey. This prospecting guide slide should help you understand different target client roles, the markets that you should be addressing, the challenges that your clients are undergoing. There's also a summary of the capabilities of SEV1, some example use cases that you can use to discuss with your clients, and then finally there's a list of prospecting questions for you. In this section, we'll take a look at Turbonomics capabilities in a bit more detail, and as we've done in the past, we'll have a prospecting guide that discusses different client roles, challenges, and prospecting questions. Turbonomic ensures that applications get the resources that they need to meet service level objectives of our clients. And it does this by continuously automating critical actions in real time without human intervention. It proactively delivers the most efficient compute, storage, and network resources across stacks. It avoids over-provisioning resources to the cloud environment. And it increases return on investment and lowers a client's cloud bill by using only what they need. There's some statistics that are noted on the right-hand side of this slide. And in the seller deck, there's a link to the Forrester Total Economic Impact Study for IBM Turbonomic 2020. It's highly suggested that you follow the registration link and read that particular study. Turbonomics key features are lumped into these 4 buckets, and you can use these 4 buckets to talk to your customers about Turbonomic. So Turbonomic has full stack visualization, and it has an application-driven top-down approach to what we call stitched together resources such as memory, CPU, and storage. It continuously looks at how each entity, such as VMware or, such as a VM or a container, works with and impacts every layer, thus bridging silos for increased collaboration. It has an intelligent analytics engine that powers insights that drive specific automatable actions. Apps are dynamically resourced for performance, absorbing peak demands, and adhering to a client's business policies. There are built-in customizable dashboards that give real-time scorecards. It's preventative, preemptive, and precise. Those are good words to use with a customer. The platform provides trustworthy actions to meet demand. When clients enable the platform to work proactively or on recommended resourcing actions, they gain speed, elasticity, and cost savings. They also automatically mitigate performance risk and reduce cloud waste by using what they need when they need it. A client's environment depends on an ecosystem of solutions and technologies to optimize operations. From application management to hypervisors to databases to storage, integrations make the work seamless. Turbonomic software supports the leading players in the market. This slide summarizes and reiterates some of the points that were made in the previous two slides. So you can use this particular slide as a reference when you're talking to your clients. There's 6 good points that you can make here, so just use this as a reference. On this prospecting guide slide, you'll see some information that'll help you when you're prospecting an IBM Turbonomic opportunity. So there's information on different client roles to look at, client challenges, a summary of the capabilities that you've already seen previously in the earlier slides, a few example use cases that you can look for, and then a good list of prospecting questions. In this section, we'll look at Cloud Pak for AIOps capabilities, specifically events. And at the end, there's a prospect guiding slide that will look at client roles, challenges, and prospecting questions. Cloud Pak for AIOps does a very good job of consolidating and grouping events to help reduce noise to keep IT teams efficient. So what are events? Events are essentially signals of what is happening in a client's environment, and they consist of structured and unstructured data. Individual events may be informative and actionable, and events and alerts can come from anywhere and everywhere, from existing devices, service tools, and tool chains that are driven by a combination of trigger policies or analytics. By grouping events effectively, IBM optimizes iTeam effort and its responses. AI-driven log and metric anomaly events are first-class sources into this grouping process. Cloud Pak for AIOps gathers them and applies multiple analytics to deliver informative grouped events. For event groupings, IBM brings signals together with association rule learning, temporal and spatial clustering, and some other machine learning algorithms. Cloud Pak for AIOps gives a client a complete understanding of an incident, what is impacted, where, and when it started, by reducing time to isolate a problem. So the Cloud Pak for AIOps uses event processing and correlation to identify service packing events. They use early detection of abnormalities to enable proactive issue awareness before situations worsen and get out of hand. It provides a full view of what happened and when within a historical timeline. And it does probable cause localization and blast radius to know what caused the problem and what is affected. It's not enough just to understand the incident, where it started, and so forth. Cloud Pak for AIOps can help you remediate incidents with the right level of automation. So it can apply a recommended action to remediate the issue right away. So clients can choose the level of automation that's right for the task. And these range from manual step-by-step guidance to semi-automated with guidance or fully automated commands to fully auto-triggered automation. All of this helps for collaboration and alignment across teams via automatically generated, enriched operations, information, analysis, and guidance. This IBM Cloud Pak for AIOps Prospecting Guide gives you some brief information on different target client roles, challenges that clients are facing, a thumbnail of the capabilities of the product, several use cases that you can look out for, and prospecting questions that you can use. In this section, we'll look at Apptio Cloudability's capabilities in a bit more detail, and then we'll also look at the prospecting guide at the end, which discusses client roles, challenges, prospecting questions, and so forth. Cloudability empowers FinOps, which is the operating model for the cloud. The platform normalizes spending data, but what really does that mean? Other platforms can take in data from AWS, Azure, and GCP, then surface it on separate dashboards, but they leave it up to the client to aggregate the data. Cloudability's strength is its ability to ingest data from AWS, Azure, and GCP, and aggregate the data and then surface it into one dashboard. Unlike native tools and Apptio's competition, Cloudability ingests an entire cloud bill file, regardless of how many years of data are in it. None of the data is purged. Some competitors purge or truncate data in billing files. This is an important point because clients want full fidelity of their billing data, not a truncated or point-in-time picture. If finance wants to do a year-over-year analysis, the full breadth of data is important. Truncated data in this particular scenario is useless or worthless. Cloudability is also an API-first platform that provides integration with vendors such as Jira, Datadog, ServiceNow, New Relic, and PagerDuty. From a FinOps perspective, this pushes accountability to the edge by giving clients the ability to reach other parts of the business and automate within the Cloudability platform. For clients to establish key FinOps practices within their organization, they need to build upon the right foundation. This starts in the inform phase or inform stage, which works to ground the organization by organizing its cloud spend data into a digestible, visual, and actionable way. In this phase, Cloudability can help organizations establish and automate their cost allocation strategy so that showback or chargeback processes can be reliably run each month. While the inform phase brings almost real-time visibility to cloud spend and enables team ownership, the next step is to put processes and tools in place to optimize this spending. The place to start is by identifying idle or orphaned resources, since clients are paying for these resources even if they are doing nothing. These resources can usually be decommissioned for 100% cost savings. In the optimize phase, Cloudability has right-sizing recommendations that cover a broad set of cloud services across vendors. These recommendations bring attention to these idle resources that we just mentioned and to cost-saving opportunities where resources can be resized to better match their underlying workloads. Another lever that's available to clients for optimizing cloud spend is to purchase commitment instruments like reserved instances and savings plans to reduce their hourly rates. Cloudability has a set of interactive tools and recommendations that help the CCO or Cloud Center of Excellence gain visibility of these savings opportunities to maximize coverage across the entire organization. In the operate phase, clients start to see the efficiencies that are driven through their organization because they centered on actionable data and organize their cloud spending to drive business objectives cost effectively. Now, they can mobilize teams and automate their processes to fully support their FinOps practice. As clients ground their FinOps practice for the public cloud, they can also start to think about expanding to other areas of cloud spending. Historically, cloud practitioners focus primarily on their cloud bills, but FinOps gives clients the tools to apply cloud financial management best practices to all elements of their cloud spending. This Apptio Cloudability Prospecting Guide gives you some guidance on looking at different target client roles, challenges that our clients are facing. There's a thumbnail of capabilities of Apptio Cloudability, as well as some prospecting questions. In this section, we'll look at Apptio Costing and Planning and its capabilities in a bit more detail. As usual, there's a prospecting guide slide at the end that discusses roles, challenges, prospecting questions, and other information. Apptio Costing and Planning provides all the functionality that's needed by a client to establish an IT financial management practice in their organization. By combining relevant financial and operational data into a single model, it fundamentally enables IT leaders to make faster, data-driven decisions to keep pace with the speed of business today. The tool can reduce the time that is spent on ad hoc analysis by 95% and planning cycles by more than 75%. This savings allows organizations to efficiently move resources to the highest potential return for the business. With detailed data about IT cost, Apptio Costing and Planning provides the data that organizations need to effectively optimize cost structures. IT and business leaders can make informed staffing decisions by reviewing the labor workforce mix for each location and role. They can also effectively manage asset lifecycle costs by tracking depreciation. They can optimize vendor spending by reviewing and consolidating contracts. And they can review project spending to shift IT investments toward growth initiatives. Apptio Costing and Planning provides cost transparency with actionable insights. This transparency enables organizations to identify key spending drivers, calculate units of cost for IT spending, track and manage IT infrastructure and assets, and efficiently track and analyze budget variance. Organizations that adopt the tool can expect to see results within 6 weeks. These results include reduced planning time and savings on IT costs. Money that is saved from reduced IT costs can be invested back into the organization to support the priorities of the organization. This prospecting guide for Apptio Costing and Planning gives you some insight into different client roles, some challenges that clients are facing, a thumbnail of the capabilities of the product, some common objections that you'll run into when talking about costing and planning, and then some prospecting questions that you can ask your clients. In this section, we'll take a deeper look into Target Process's capabilities, and as usual, we will have the prospecting guide slide at the end to talk about client roles, challenges, and prospecting questions. Enterprise Agile Planning, or EAP, is a broad, complex, and constantly evolving area of underlying solutions of all sizes. In practice, it is incredibly difficult for organizations to figure out where to start and how to link progress on different solutions from different areas of the business together. Target Process supports all components of Enterprise Agile Planning and enables organizations to start their transformation journey with any solution area and expand to other areas as transformation processes progress. Target Process's support for Enterprise Agile Planning processes is focused on 4 key solution areas, which are shown in the middle. These are strategic planning, portfolio budgeting, resource management, and program management. Each of these solution areas increases visibility, alignment, and agility across an organization, facilitating the long-term success of enterprise agile transformations. With a flexible data model and a solutions-based configuration process, Target Process simplifies enterprise agile. Target Process is the only enterprise agile planning platform that connects to leading cloud and technology financial management platforms, enabling a more holistic view of financials across the organization. The capabilities of Target Process can be broadly grouped into three areas: customization, automation, and a reporting engine. Customization includes adapting the data model to each organization, custom fields for each object in the model, and the ability to install more customizations through the solution library. Also, roles and permissions can be customized for each organization. Target Process's automation capabilities enable organizations to automate repetitive tasks, trigger notifications, and validate user actions. Standard reports and report templates make it easy to build reports that display common metrics and report types, such as lead and cycle times, burn up and burn down charts, and cumulative flow diagrams. The custom reporting engine enables organizations to tailor reports and dashboards to the needs of each section or role in the organization. The Target Process Prospecting Guide gives you some guidance on client roles, client challenges, a thumbnail of the capabilities of the solution, and some prospecting questions. Final product in the IT automation product stack is Flexera One. Remember, IBM has an OEM relationship with Flexera. So all we've included in this particular section is a prospecting guide that discusses client roles, challenges, prospecting questions, and a few other items. The final section of this presentation goes through the intelligent IT automation use cases. These are the same use cases that were presented in the client deck. The only difference here is that in the slide for each use case, there's some discussion on the key feature of the particular product and how the key features support the use case. And there's also links to references for each use case. So I'll spend just a moment on each use case, point out the references, and then move on to the next use case. The first use case is performance-aware IT resource optimization. And this use case features Turbonomic, Instana, and Sev1. And the references that were used for this use case are the BBC and British Telecom Business. The second use case is around FinOps and managing public cloud costs. The products that are featured in this use case are Cloudability and Turbonomic. And the two resources used for this use case are Securian Financial and Carhartt. The third use case is gain application insights and proactively resolve issues. The primary products in this particular use case are IBM Concert, Instana, Cloud Pak for AIOps, and Sev1. And there are two resources that are related to this. First one is Exavolt, and the second one is Electrolux. The next use case is streamlining IT planning, budgeting, and forecasting. The products that we feature here are Apptio Costing and Planning, Apptio Target Process, and Flexera One. And the resources or references that we use for this are Northwell Health and CoBank. The next use case is reducing IT carbon footprint. There are three products that are featured here. They are Turbonomic, Cloudability, and Instana. And the resources that we used to cite all the information here are Blue IT and then IBM's own Herzli site. Imagine a business that might use AI across all its technology operations so the teams can understand, engage, and act at the right time for the right outcome. Concert delivers generative AI insights that add value to put clients in control, helping simplify and optimize operations across any environment. The IBM software development team signed on as Concert's Client Zero. IBM is strict on quality and security when releasing a product. Using Concert, IBM's dev team unlocked a smarter, more streamlined approach to managing CVEs. With Concert, the team was able to identify and address critical issues faster, streamline remediation through ticket automation, break down data silos, and align priorities. IBM has a wealth of resources to help you out with all the products in the IT automation workspace. The best place to start for each of the products is its individual sales kit. In the sales kit, you'll find a list of contacts, enablement resources, the sales plays, and any other resource that you might need to learn more about that particular product. Thank you very much for your attention, and happy selling.